Good morning, everyone, and how are you? I hope you're doing okay. If you're watching this either on holiday or on a weekend, or if you're sitting in class and watching this, I don't know which one it is, but I hope you're doing fine and you're excited to see what's going to happen in this short video. So, in this video for this group, we are going to look at KET because it's a test that we all want to do and finish with. We don't want to write it again and again. We just want to write it once and be done with it. So get a nice grade and move on to the higher levels. Keep getting better and better and more skilled with our English. Be able to use it whenever. If we meet a tourist on the street, we can help them get back to the airport. Take the number 10 metro and, well, you can't take it all the way to the airport. You need to stop at the airport change. I think you go to Nuevos Ministerios and then you gotta change metros. But you guys would know that better than I. But I think that's how you would reorientate yourself if somehow you were stranded here. Why would you get lost over here? But anyways, in the first part of the test, so you're going to walk in, dun, 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 and they'll say, hello, Maria or Manuela or Fernanda. Let's use Fernanda as a name. I haven't met anyone at the school named Fernanda, and it's been a while since I've met someone called Fernanda, so I won't hear any negative feedback from those people unless they watch this video, and then I'll hear some comments, of course. But anyway, so Fernanda's going in. She's going to do the KET, and the interviewer over here, like me, he's like, oh, good morning. What's your name? What's your name? Oh, hello. My name is Fernanda. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Let me take your assessment form. Great, and please have a seat. Oh, all right. Okay, what's going to happen? Fernanda probably wouldn't say that, but you have the idea. Okay. And how old are you, Fernanda? Oh, I'm 10 years old, but next week I'm going to be 11. It's my birthday soon. We are going bowling, and it's going to be fun. I have a big party planned. Whoa, 11 years old. Great. And where are you from? Where do you live? Well, I live in Mexico City, right here. We're in Mexico City right now, but I live about 10 minutes from the school, and my family has a big apartment where my brother and my older sister and my parents, as well as me, we all live there in this apartment. I see. Okay. Great. And can you tell me a bit about yourself? What's your favorite subject at school, Fernanda? Well, I don't know. It's hard to know. I don't like school really, but I like art class because we're able to draw and paint and do a lot of different art projects. Last week, I made a butterfly out of colored paper, and it doesn't fly, but it looked really pretty. It was pink and purple, and I showed the teacher and she loved it. She thought it was the best art project in the whole class. She thinks I'm great. I see, and you don't like any of your other classes. You just like art. Oh yes, Yes, I find math really challenging. It's really hard. It's tricky. Tricky is a word I learned from English class. It's tricky. I find math tricky. We need to add and subtract and use fractions, and it's very tricky for me. English too is weird because we do a lot of grammar activities and we learn a lot of vocabulary and we have a lot of spelling tests, and so English is a lot of work for me. I find it difficult. It's stressful. English stresses me out. I don't want to learn English. We speak Spanish in Mexico and I don't want to learn English. Okay, that's interesting. And what do you like to do in your free time, Fernanda? Well, with my parents, we sometimes go to the mall or we go to parks with my dog. Her name is Chihuahua because she's a Chihuahua. That's why I called her that. I think it's funny. It's a funny name because she's a Chihuahua, but her name is Chihuahua as well. Do you see what I mean? Also, I have a lot of dolls, and sometimes I invite my friends over to play together. We make up stories and do different things. Other times, I just like to watch a movie or relax with my family when we go to different places. There are a lot of towns that we visit. Or sometimes I go to my grandparents' house and they have horses and there are tons of things to do over there. I see. Wow. Nice. You seem to have a lot of things to do with your time. That's neat. You're a very interesting girl, Fernanda. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now, I'm going to show you a picture, okay? I'm going to show you a picture about hobbies. Okay, Fernanda? And you need to talk to Brenda over here. Again, another name, which I don't think I've met one at the school, any girl called Brenda. But we're going to talk about hobbies together. You and Brenda, okay? You need to talk together and have a conversation. And let's go, okay? Oh, Brenda, do you play any of these sports or activities? Well, I play football. I'm not really good at it, but I'm a goalie, and usually we win most of our games. I don't think it's because of me. I think it's because the other people on the team score. But I enjoy football because I'm able to go to different places with my friends and it's fun to practice and run around and get better at a sport. I have a lot of fun. I enjoy myself when I play football. It's great. I read once in a while, but usually they are adventure books, and I don't like reading textbooks. They are big and they have lots of pictures. Do you play video games or an instrument, Fernanda? In in grade two, we played the harmonica and flute. Like it's a big tube, and we played that a bit back in grade two. But I don't play an instrument right now. I'd like to play. My grandfather plays the guitar and he knows a lot of songs, and he used to be part of this mariachi band, but they weren't an official group. They were just playing for fun. But it looked like a lot of fun. I'd like to try it. But with video games, I don't really play a lot of video games. maybe when I'm at my friend's house, I do. They have more things. They have the PS4 and the Xbox, and they do a lot of video games. My friends, but I just have my toys, and so that's what I do. But I like them. I like these things. No, all these things in the pictures I like, especially this one. I love art class. Well, you heard me say that. I love art class. And I really enjoy that. Painting the scenery or a park, something like that. Okay. Thank you both for talking to me, and you did well. Great. Thanks so much, and well, have a good day. You'll hear back about this soon. Okay. So that was our little make believe. Some of the words like scenery you don't have to use, but you guys know other vocabulary words like countryside or campsite or you know I well football reading those specific words for activities. Trailer. I'm trying to think of the word for it's like a camper. But anyways, the tent, any of those words that you can use for hobbies. If you're talking about hobbies, if you're talking about schools or trips, of course, think of the past. So what was a trip you enjoyed, or what sorts of things from school do you like, or what would you like to do? You could say in the future, I would like to paint near the ocean, but I just don't have the supplies. I would need to buy a lot of things, and I'm not a good painter anyways, so that's why I don't like it. But what we need to do, or what we should focus on, are the details and the reasons for the first part as well as the pictures. So say what you like, why, maybe talk about yourself a bit, and then talk to the other person. They can talk a bit, and then they'll talk to you. You go back and forth, banter a bit, and that'll be 3 minutes or so. 3 minutes and 3 minutes. There's the, 7 or 8 minutes for the whole speaking test. So it's not too scary. Hopefully it's okay. Now we're going over time, but let me erase this whiteboard that I have, the mobile whiteboard, and I'll do a little bit of the passive voice review because that's what we've been learning. We have a spelling test coming up, but there's the passive voice. So let me write passive voice. So just in case you forget everything while you're enjoying yourself, let me write it down. So I eat cookies. I eat cookies after the movie. Okay. I eat cookies after the movie. Now that's the active voice because I, the subject, am first. I, or Adam, eat, so the verb, and then the object, so cookies. The cookies do not eat me, I eat the cookies, okay? Like the Cookie Monster, I eat cookies. So we're going to put A for active, and then here. So A for active. And we'll do passive in blue. Blue. So Remember, we start out with the object because we're flipping. So the cookies, and we need to be careful. So, plural, okay? It's more than one cookie. So when we use the verb to be, we need to think, is this one thing or two? And if it's two, we use are, okay? So are eaten. Okay? So there's the verb to be. To be or not to be? No, it's to be. Okay? Are eaten by Adam. Okay, that's the part we're flipping. After the movie is just extra information, okay? So don't worry about it. Just look for the parts that you need to flip. So I eat cookies, that's what we're flipping. Those three words. I eat cookies. The cookies are eaten by Adam. Okay? So that's the present. That's the active voice in the present simple and the passive voice in the present simple, okay? A bit of a review. So flipping. So instead of I, cookies, right? So that's what we're doing. The blue line is what we're doing. So cookies go first in the passive voice. I goes in the third spot, okay? After by. So over here, the cookies are eaten by Adam. Now, we're not just doing the present. We're also going to look at the past. There are other passive forms, but for right now, we're just doing those two, okay? We're doing the present and the past, okay? So, let's choose a different name because my name is Adam. So, Pablo, how about stole? Pablo stole a pencil from Maria. Oh man, like you are going to be screamed at, Pablo. You should be careful. Pablo stole a pencil from Maria. Now, besides being in trouble, how are we going to flip it? So, the first thing is the pencil. Yeah! Whoa. The pencil. Very good. A pencil. Well, this one is not specific, so we'll just go with a pencil. Okay? A pencil was, so because it's just one pencil, one, and it's in the past, wow! Was. So a pencil was stolen, so our participle, okay? Stolen. I know some of you are wondering, what does steal, stole, stolen mean? Like robar, okay? So the teacher was robbed by Pablo. A pencil was stolen by Pablo. A pencil was stolen by Pablo. This is so sad. And then from Maria, that's just extra information. So be careful. Don't get confused. Look for the parts that you need to flip, okay? So Pablo and pencil. That's what we're changing, okay? So I hope that's easier for you. I hope you're able to change the order for passive and active. We usually use active when we talk, but the passive voice is more formal and fancy. It's a fancier way of writing and talking. So I'll see you soon. I hope this video was helpful, funny, and interesting. and adios.